It's Wednesday of the fourth week in Lent. Welcome to Daily Gospel Reflections with Dr. Ben Safransky. For me, I think today's gospel has been the hardest one so far in Lent to reflect on because it has to do with the relationship between the Father and the Son. And the Trinity, right, the relationship between the persons of God, is something that I think we have a hard time engaging because we want to pull it apart with our minds. We want to be able to kind of outline it in a way that would make us comfortable, that would convince us that we understand it. But instead of trying to do that, instead of trying to kind of pull the Trinity apart with arguments or theology, and those aren't bad things, instead I want to highlight what the gospel tells us about the absolute heart of the Trinity, which is loving relationship. The only reason the concept of Trinity makes sense to us is because we are created for relationships, and that is what the Trinity is. Three persons in complete loving relationship. I want to highlight a couple verses from this passage that tell us something about relationship. This passage says that the Son does what the Father does. Why does he do that? And why does the passage draw our attention to that? Well, the Son loves the Father and sees that what the Father is doing is good. And because he's good, the Son wants to imitate that goodness. Isn't that something that happens to us when we are in a real loving relationship? If we love and trust someone, like when you're a child and you love and trust a parent, you want to do what they do, either because you know that it's good or because you trust them that it's good. Well, the Son knows that what the Father does is good, completely knows, and so he can imitate him in a loving relationship. Second, there's a verse about judgment. Jesus says, "Nor does the Father judge anyone, but he has given all judgment to the Son, so that all may honor the Son as they honor the Father." The thing that strikes me about this verse is not the idea that the Son judges and the Father doesn't, but the fact that it's about the Father's desire that the Son be honored, right? The Father has given all judgment to the Son because he wants people to honor the Son. If I love someone, do I not want others to honor them? The last verse that strikes me says that the Father has life in himself and gives the Son power to have life in himself. Doesn't that tell us what a real loving relationship is like? If you have good, if you have something that is good, that you know is good, don't you want those you love to have it as well? Now, granted, all of these things are things that we don't do perfectly in our relationships, but they're things that maybe we can learn from the Father and the Son. My challenge for you today is to ask, does my love for others look like that of the Father and the Son? Do I want others to be honored? Do I want to imitate the goodness of those I love? And do I want those I love to have whatever good I have? And to help with that, let's ask, are our Lenten practices helping to make my love look more like that? When I pray, do I become a more truly loving person? When I fast, do I lose some of the attachment to myself and my own desires that makes it hard to love? And when I give alms or I give to charity, is that not just a good work to perform, but does it actually turn me into someone who loves those who are in need and wants them to have everything they need? God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.